Hello everyone, my name is Johanna and today I'm going to talk about patrilineage throughout medieval Europe. I've always found it really interesting to delve into the family trees of influential people and how the desire for control or dominance can drive people to do questionable things. This curiosity was further piqued when a guest lecturer discussed the Magna Carta and the events that led to it, as well as Professor Oaken's art lectures, which showcased different art pieces and historical sites which were commissioned by prominent clans. As we talked more about feudalism, patronage, and important families in Humanities 1B, I decided to focus my research on the House of Plantagenet, a royal house originating in France, and the House of Medici from Florence, Italy. Particularly, I would like to discuss the ways in which these two families use their connections and resources to unjustifiably manipulate and exploit their subjects in order to amass tremendous amounts of wealth and power. For the House of Plantagenet, while having originated in France, I will be focusing on their descendants from England, particularly Henry II's family. Their strength comes from their feudal holdings, the development of a feudal system on several levels, with at its head the dynasty of dukes, over a number of generations, had contributed to a beneficial stability. This stability was only strengthened when Henry II's estate expanded even more when he married Eleanor of Aquitaine, who became one of the richest persons in the Western world upon the death of her father. But despite such vast assets, their power was undermined by Henry II's disinterest in unifying his land together with a common culture. The Plantagenets could devise no ideology that their diverse subjects could share to knit them together in dynastic loyalty. Without such unity, the Plantagenets did not have the best rapport with their subjects. They did expand their power through territory, but the desire for more dominance only resulted in a divided kingdom. Furthermore, the instability was only exacerbated by the family's poor relationship with Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury. Henry II had appointed Becket in hopes that someone close to him would allow him to gain more influence over the church. This decision ultimately backfired. Henry II had spoken out against the archbishop, which provoked Becket's gruesome murder. Thus, the Plantagenets dynasty was branded in the eyes of the Pope and the Church as a dynasty of murderers. All of this, on top of all the other wariness in the kingdom, financial exploitations, and French wars, have placed the Plantagenets in a bad position. This set up the descendants of Henry II to be disliked and eventually have their power restricted, as seen with King John and the institution of the Magna Carta. Conversely, the Medici were far more successful at unifying members of those in their jurisdiction. To gain better insight as to how the Medici did this, one needs to look no further than their place of residence. Their courtyard was filled with sculptures that conveyed messages of strength and influence, particularly the depictions of tyrannicide, such as in Donatello's Bronze David, are strategically placed to be seen by anyone who enters their residence, and to be seen by everyone on the street. This was a calculated move and a deliberate decision. This choice is a self-conscious illusion, which advertised the family's stance as defenders of Florence. To perpetuate such imagery is not only powerful, but smart and extremely manipulative. With the Medici seen as defenders of Florence, they earned the people's trust and admiration. Thus, the people may be more easily persuaded to support or accept policies that may not be in the best interest of the public. With their status and reputation, it is easier for members of their family to gain such powerful positions in society, whether it be the papacy, a member of a royal family, or even ruler of the city. With their dominating presence and cunning publicity, they are able to control major aspects of society and keep people under their thumbs. Thus, these two families have such complex relationships with each other and their communities, but it is clear that their reputations and ability to manipulate their subjects to the best of their abilities have either aided or hindered their success. One of the Medici's strong suits was in influencing the people around them through cultural means, while the Plantagenets were less successful at imparting sway and uniting their subjects. They actively used their resources, whether it be through art or by placing certain people in positions of power, in order to get what they want. But despite all of this, we see how their endeavors only serve to benefit them and not the people they rule. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.